In today's video, I'm going to be changing these 5 or 6 items into new things and I'm going to wear more. Okay, so I have a bunch of items that I'm going to upcycle, and I thought I'd just quickly show you what they looked like before I upcycle them so that you can see the difference from start to finish. The first thing that I am going to flip is this Brandy Melville red top. It's really cute, but it's kind of more like a burgundy than a red, and it doesn't really suit me, this kind of colour. So I am going to tie-dye it with bleach. It's going to make it a lot more wearable for me because I kind of like funky pieces, and this is a little bit too plain for me at the minute, so gonna thrift flip it up. This is another piece that I'm gonna do a bleach tie-dye with. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna do like a tie-dye pattern or like a spotty pattern. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna use some bleach on this as well. I'm also gonna use some bleach on this one. The next thing I'm gonna try is, I've got this big t-shirt that I used to wear quite a lot and I just don't really wear too much anymore, and I'm gonna try and make it a cropped button-up cardigan kind of thing. I'm not following any guidelines, so this one's gonna be completely blind and I don't know how it's gonna work, but whatever. For this one, I've got this lovely Dorothy Perkins skirt. It fits my waist so well and it's just really comfy and cute, but it is really long and I've tried to style it, but I'm not the biggest fan of like really long tight skirts. I like a floaty midi skirt or maxi skirt, but I'm just not the biggest fan of this one. But I'm gonna crop this to make it a little mini skirt. These trousers I got for £1 in a charity shop because they were completely like oil stained and paint stained. They are some carpenter trousers and they are actually Ralph Lauren, but I saved the labels because I bleached these to try and remove the stains, and it did work a little bit. Plan is dye them green and then I'll re-sew on the labels afterwards so that the labels don't go green. Let's go. Right, for this one I want to do a little butterfly in the middle, and then it's going to be like surrounded by bleach. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut out a little butterfly in this cardboard, and then I'm going to put the butterfly on and spray bleach around it. So it's quite a simple one. Just need some cardboard and a Sharpie and some scissors to cut that out, and then you'll be needing some bleach to go in a little spray bottle. I do also like to put a plastic bag in between so that the layers don't mix if you're doing a specific shape. The first step is just to pick a photo that you want. I'm choosing this little butterfly design because it's so super cute. I'm gonna use one like this, I reckon. I'm gonna do quite a big one so that you can see it on the front, but I just need to cut it out. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm no good at drawing, so we'll just see how this turns out. So there we go, there's my butterfly, and now I just need to cut it out to go on the front of here. There, that's cute. This little bag. And this bag is just going to go underneath where the butterfly is going to be so that you don't get the butterfly pattern on the back as well. So for this, I think I'm going to go about there. Yeah, I like where that is. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to touch it too much because I don't want it to go with it. Right, now that I've decided where I want it to go, I'm going to use this little spray bottle to put some bleach in and then fill it up with a little bit of warm water to dilute it a little bit. Gloves are really important when you are doing the bleaching bit because the bleach is obviously not too good for you, so yeah. Make sure you've got some gloves on when you're doing this. And what we're going to do now is just spray over the top of it. We're going to focus just on this bit for now, and then we'll do some little sprays everywhere else afterwards. And that should be what you end up with. So now that I've got that bit there, I'm just going to turn it over and do some dots on the other side as well. That's gonna be cute. Right, I might just go lie it outside for a couple of minutes while I do the others. Now we're gonna do some tie-dye. So for this one, I've decided to fold it in like squares or something. Like, this is gonna be a complete experiment, this one. Part of me wants to do like triangles. So I'm using a little tub to put this in because I don't want it to go everywhere. But I'm going to pop this in here and I'm just going to wax some bleach around the edges and see what happens because no idea what to expect. So I'm just going to leave that to develop now in the sink. I'm going to do a tie-dye bleach on this little Brandy Melville top that I got on a swap. Just because it's a little bit more burgundy than I thought, so I feel like it'll be a good idea to tie-dye bleach it. So what you're going to do is twist it. Have some rubber bands ready. Cool. Wrap it up in our little parcel. You should be able to see like a bit of a spiral, and that means that all the little bits of material are going to get covered. That is the last little thing that we are bleaching. So I'm going to leave that to develop as well and see what happens. Okay, for this next bit I'm going to dye these trousers green using this little Dylon kit. I've never used it before, so I have no idea how it's going to work. There's our 10 tablespoons of salt in about 6 litres of warm water. Oh my goodness, this is so scary. Okay, I think that's pretty well started in. So, wet fabric into here. Oh my goodness. Wow. These are gonna look so good. Okay, so I'm going to stir this for 15 minutes and then leave it for 45, stirring every now and then in between, and then I'll get back to you after. It's been about an hour and now I have got to just take these out, rinse them in the sink and do a little wash for them. Ooh. For this item I've decided to make it into sort of like a tie-up cardigan. So what I did was I just laid it on me and I put a little earring in where I want it to go down to, because I want a little v-neck and then for it to go straight down like a little cardi. Because this is obviously such like a nice striped top, it makes it so much easier for cropping because you can just follow the lines, which is really nice. So I think I'm gonna crop it around here. Firstly, I'm going to cut just up to this point, in a nice straight line. This is now going to turn off. I'm going to go from here, I'm going to go and make a little scoop that way. Okay, so now I have cut out this little section here, this little bib bit, so I'm just going to move that back, and then I'm going to cut all around the outside of this neckline, and now we have this little cardigan looking thing. That's going to look so cute, I'm very excited. So I found this thread stuff that's kind of like old material, which is kind of like a good colour for this. I'm thinking maybe have like this much on each end, like where this is going in, maybe, I don't know. I'm just gonna sort of do some guesswork here. So I just cut out the tiniest little triangle and I'm gonna do the same on here. So I've just made 2 little holes in the corners where I cut it, and here we go. Oh my goodness, that looks so cute. Holy shit. I am so happy with that. Like, why have I not done this before? For the final piece that I'm going to be flipping, it's the skirt that you saw before. And what I'm going to do is put it inside out. And I'm going to fold it where I'd like to trim it. I'm basically just going to pin where I want to crop it, and then I'll use the sewing machine and sew it up. This is all pinned up to the length that I want to have it at, and I'm gonna sew it down here with the sewing machine, and then I'll just cut off the excess, and that will be the skirt all ready to go. It's the next day, everything has been washed and it's all finished, so I'm gonna show you how everything turned out. First is this top. I didn't do the conventional tie-dye swirl for this one because I wanted to do something a little bit different. I don't remember how I did this. I think I like folded it in like triangles or something. Yeah, it just looks cool and it's a bit different, and yeah, I like the colours that it's gone, sort of like this orangey colour, which I think is lush. The second one is the Brandy Melville top. It turned out like this. Cute. I think it does look very like 70s, and with the off the shoulder and the different colours, I think it's very retro looking. So yeah, especially with like the thick ribbed material, very flattering, and I'm happy with how that turned out. I did think it was going to go slightly brighter tie-dye, but I'm happy with the way it turned out, so I'm not bothered about that. This one is definitely my favourite out of the bleach dyes because it just turned out so good. This is what it turned out like. I am so happy with it. So as you saw, I did a little butterfly in the middle and sprayed around the outside with bleach, and then added a few little dots on it as well, just to add a little bit more. Next, oh my god, I am so happy with the white Ralph Lauren cargo pants. This is what they look like now. I'm so happy with the way that they turned out. I've got the little Ralph Lauren patch back on the bum and on the front. On the back, on the inside, so those were there originally, but obviously I had to take them off because I didn't want those to dye green. So yeah, my mum's well good with the sewing machine, so she helped me stitch it back onto the pocket and onto the back. Look at that contrast stitching. I'm so happy. I ran out of minutes on my camera to show you in detail how I did the skirt, but I think I did say it quite briefly. It is an easy flip, but yeah, all I did was put it on and roll it up to the length that I wanted it to be, and I pinned it inside out. I just sewed around the seam of the skirt where I wanted the hem to be, and then once I'd sewed it, I literally just cut off the rest of the material just so that I have a new hemline, and this is how it turned out. It's cute, I like it, a lot more wearable now. The last thing that's also definitely my favourite thing that I did is this. It's so cute. So I think I showed you the shirt beforehand. It was just like a big stripy shirt, and I made it into like a little open cardigan. I didn't use a sewing machine at all. It's all like raw hems, but it looks really good. This is definitely my favourite. I love it. So pretty. I need to sneeze. So yeah, I did a little experiment with a jumper as well, which I didn't film me doing because I didn't think it would work, but it did. So this is what it looks like. It was like a full-length jumper with this little band at the bottom, but I basically just took out the middle and moved the band upwards because I found with this sort of knitted fabric that if you just do like a raw hem, little bits of wool or little bits of fabric come out and it's not cute. If you want to see how I did this, then let me know and I'll do a little video on it, and I'll try it with a few more things, but I love it. I think it's great. So these are all the things that I did in this thrift flip. If you have any ideas for what I could do with sewing machines and stuff, let me know and I'll do a little video on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did, and give it a like, a subscribe, share with anyone that you think will enjoy this video. Bye!